I'm live here. Am I live? Am I live? Come on. Live, come on. I'm live. Okay. I got a hunch YouTube notifications won't work. I got a short story anyway. Okay. Oh, went from 5 people waiting to 6. I got notification today that YouTube was going to remove my channel from monetization if I didn't post any content. But I posted my little snowblower videos last week, and oh, look at this, eh? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? You know what happens when I talk at the desk, don't you? What do you want? What? What is it? What do you want, dog? If you don't do your foot action, you're not getting anything. Okay. All right. We'll give him a treat. We're getting low on treats. I only have 1 bag of liver jerk left, and I got 2 little bags of pepperettes. And then Dougie's got no more kangaroo. The kangaroo jerk, the hard stuff, Doug was getting so excited in the mornings that I had to really cut back, because what he would do is he wouldn't even chew it. He would just swallow it, and then he'd puke it back up to eat it again. It was so good he had to eat it twice. All right. Okay, so who's here? Lynn Bishop from New Zealand. Sheila, JT, Rebecca. All right. Oh, notifications are starting to work. So as you can tell by my thumbnail, I've achieved what I've been trying to do for a long time, is to trigger some people. And today I achieved it. I went for my, as you can tell by the dog head in the bottom corner, he still thinks he's going to get more treats. So, oh, you want under? You want to go on? Okay, so anyways, I'm going to get right to the point. So I normally never wear a mask, folks. I don't, because I'm medically exempt. Well, I wouldn't say I'm medically exempt. I'm exempt. I have a disability. Okay, let's go to the other side. Okay. So I never wear one because I have a disability. So I don't wear a mask. But when I do wear a mask, I wear a real mask. I go full bore, total protection. And as you can tell, I have some things written on my Tyvek suit. Oh, dog. See, he thinks this side will get him treats. Oh, now he's going to go back to this side. Are you going to give up? All right, we'll give you a little more treats. So, back to the focus map. So, it says Sweden, South Dakota, Florida, and Tanzania, okay? All safe countries from COVID. So, today, I went in and I buy all the things I can't do, like laundry detergent and things that I can't do myself. Bacon. So, go through the whole store. I'm there for about an hour, walking around, talking to the young lads, talking to them, about what's going on and things like that. So, I get my full cart. I'm at the cash, and I pay. I'm minding my own business. Like, I'm not being in any confrontation. I'm not doing anything, crazy. Just minding my own business, walking around with a billboard on myself, front and back, okay? Because it says on the front and the back the same thing. So all of a sudden, this lady and this man, well, the man walks up behind the lady. The lady comes up right after that, and I'm out there. I hadn't paid yet. They're bringing it all through. And I'm standing there, and she goes, "You're making the customers upset." I'm like, "What? I didn't do anything. Like I minded my own business. I'm just walking around. I put my stuff in the cart. I did talk to some of your staff, and they were quite receptive to what I was talking to them about." So she goes, you've. She sort of goes with her hands up and down like this, like look. And I well, I'm safe. I'm just being safe. And she goes, yeah, but she goes, I realize we're all trying to be safe, but she goes, you have stuff written on you. And I went, yeah. I said, they're all safe places in the world. Every place that's safe. I said, Sweden, Florida, South Dakota, and Tanzania. I said, they're all safe. And I said, I'm being safe, and I'm completely, covered up. Exactly what that picture looks like, exactly. And she goes, well, we can't have our customers upset. And I'm like, okay, so I triggered a bunch of people. I'm thinking to myself, like, this is bad, folks. Like, you go to Canadian Tire last week without a mask and they beat you up, put handcuffs on you. But this week you go to NoFrills completely covered up and that triggers them too. Like, you can't make these people happy. So, and the security guy, this guy standing behind, I'm thinking, what are you going to do? Like, you're going to pick a fight with me here for minimum wage, And I'm going to buy my groceries and I'm leaving. Like, I'm not leaving my food that I know. Well, that's my bacon. I was more concerned about that. I'm leaving with this stuff, bacon and laundry soap. So I get load everything up, and it took a while because there was a lot of stuff. And I got the cart, and I'm walking out with the cart. And at the door, the owner of the store with another person standing there, giving me the evil eye, watching me like I was gonna, I don't know, do something radical on the way out the door. And I'm like, I'm just minding my own business. Like, I'm walking around with this crazy suit on, but, I'm just sticking to myself, but I'm making a statement, I'm making a statement, but I'm not doing anything. I'm not confident. I'm not, getting in people's faces. I'm not doing anything bad, but they obviously didn't like my message. But when the girl said all the stuff written on you, and I said, did you read it? Like, it was like I was, like if I had something like, like something like Nazis or gosh, the Jews or something, written on me. That's the way she was looking at me. It was like, I was like some kind of crazy. It was like, anyways, but anyways. So that was my afternoon adventure at the Renfrew NoFrills, which I can't believe that they're. You can't make these people happy. It's like, you don't wear a mask, they beat you up, put handcuffs on you. And if you wear if you saran wrap yourself too much, they get triggered. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Triggered. But I've been trying to wake people up wearing this stuff, and I finally achieved it. But I guess everybody's getting a little bit testy right now, Like, I guess they are. I also support Florida, South Dakota, and Tanzania also. And Belarus, but I ran out of room when I was writing it with a marker on the bottom. So, but I gotta get another tie-back suit because that one's ripped now. So I gotta get a new one. So I gotta come up with a new suit with new message, and I gotta add Belarus too. So, well, 99.97% survival rate, folks. No, I live in Canada. Well, I live in North America, David, but I'm in Canada, and I'm leaving. I'm leaving. No, it's too wrecked, Earl. It's blown apart. I need to upgrade it, but I got 3 because when I originally bought the suits back last March, when I was watching all those videos of the Chinese people dying in the streets, and I thought COVID was real. I bought, a whole bunch of, hazmat stuff, thinking that I was really actually going to be living in a biohazard world. April, I quickly discovered that wasn't going to happen, but anyways. So, news, realtor He's coming here tomorrow for my property. So that's good news. And they have a bunch of clients that are interested in properties in my area, from the Toronto area. So they're coming up to see me tomorrow. Yeah. So that's a recent development that just happened. Actually, they contacted me last Wednesday, and I talked to them on the weekend. My internet's really bad, so I might lose you. Also, that's another thing. I'm having brutal internet problems the last 3 days. I'm surprised I can even do this live stream. So, what else? Oh, when I was in the grocery store, I bumped into a lady who was really, she helped me read my package because I didn't have my glasses because I have the face mask on, I don't have glasses on. And she was a paramedic. And she goes, what's with the hazmat suit? I said, oh, sarcasm. And she goes, oh, okay. And she was like totally receptive to it. And then because she has to wear a hazmat suit on all calls, which I didn't know that now, that when the paramedics show up at your house, they have to dress in a hazmat suit outside. Man, the amount of stuff going to landfill sites. This last year, the amount of stuff going to landfill sites, someone needs to do a study because you can't have plastic bags and you can't have straws, but we're throwing away trillions of face masks, billions of gloves, probably hundreds of millions of Tyvek suits. Like I can just imagine what the landfill sites look like. Sheila, are you able to move to Venezuela yet? Where does it look like I am right now? Sheila, I'm still stuck here in COVID prison. You can leave, but you can't check out. No, or you can check in, but you can't check out. Well, JT, the waste. Nobody's talking about the waste. Think about it. You can't have plastic straws, but we're going to have 1 trillion masks, 1 billion gloves, and hundreds of millions of Tyvek suits. Where am I going to move to, Rebecca? Venezuela, when the property sells. That's where I'm going. My plan hasn't changed, folks. My plan has not changed. That has not changed. I'll give you an update, okay? You want to talk about, I'm sorry, I'm sort of excited here, but I'm talking to somebody. I've been trapped here for so long with nobody. They say, Venezuela is a dictatorship and no freedom and blah, 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 okay? Well, I'm telling you, the last year here, the freedoms we're losing. And talking to Venezuela and what's going on down there, they're way more free than us, folks. Way more free, They have a bi-weekly quarantine deal. It's so funny because I talk to them every day down there. 1 week's quarantine, 1 week's relax. They call it restrict, relax, okay? Then the restrict week, nobody listens. It's like nobody listens. Like it's they just say it's quarantine week, but nobody listens. Like totally do what you want. Like I send them articles about the fines that we have. They can't believe it. They just can't believe the fines. 2 weeks ago, it was 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, Quebec is 12 kilometers from me. This is crazy, folks. This is a crazy, true story. 12 kilometers over the bridge. Everybody goes to Quebec to buy beer because it's cheaper. So this young lad whips over to Quebec to the little store over there that sells beer, and they do a huge business. That's all they do is sell beer. It's crazy. Little store. So you walk into it, it's just a beer store. But it's a little corner store with a beer store pimple on the side of it. It's ridiculous. And they sell just skids of beer. This young lad went over there to get a case of beer. He was coming back across over top of the hydro dam, which is the bridge. 8:03. Now, curfew starts at 8. The police caught him on the bridge at 8:03 on the Quebec side in his car with his beer leaving the province. $6,000 fine. Okay? 8:03 on the bridge. And it ain't a lie. Hell. You saw that in the news, Bob? Really? I thought it was just local here. You must be in this area. Walking the dog over the bridge with his case of beer and his dog, Stephanie. It's a little bit cold on top of that bridge. It's a little bit really cold. The wind howling off the river. So, but folks, I'm going to tell you something. I got to make a prediction because I made a lot of predictions on this show over the last year. I've been saying things, I'm going to stick to it. This all ends July 2021. Okay? All of this craziness stops July 2021. All of it. And I could go down a real deep rabbit hole for you if you want to know why it's going to all end. But, it's all going to end. And what's coming after July 2021 ain't good. It ain't good. Buy physical silver and buy cryptocurrencies. Okay? And specifically Theta. Buy Theta tokens and physical silver. Okay? And you will regret not listening to that advice. But I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a duck guy trapped. Okay? I'm just telling you what my opinion is to save yourself with what's coming. Because July, when they free us, there is going to be a wave of inflation that you just won't believe. And hyperinflation is going to follow probably 9 to 12 months. Well, today at the grocery store, I couldn't believe the prices. My bacon, okay, that I normally buy. Okay, I'm going to show you something. Okay, so I used to pay $9.97 for this bacon. Okay, $9.97. Okay, then it went to $11.87. Then it was $13. Today, $14.87 for this bacon. My hash browns, I normally used to pay $2.99. Not even a year ago. Now it's $3.69. Okay, same package. Wait till July comes. Wait till July comes. And they've already introduced here in Canada, last Wednesday, the Parliament introduced a private member's bill for universal basic income. So they can give everybody money to sit at home to help them through the crash, which is only going to make matters worse when they're printing this currency up. Carol, listen to this. I filled up with gas last week. $1.47 a liter. Okay, $1.47 a liter for super. So what does that work up to? $1.47. I'm going to do this for your Americans. So 3.71 liters a gallon. So that's $5.45 Canadian. $4.09 US a gallon for a US gallon. That's crazy. And they want to increase it by something like 40 cents a liter for the carbon tax. Which, oh yeah, here's an interesting. I was just reading this about carbon CO2 emissions in the world. What China produces in 18.5 days, it takes Canada a year to produce that much CO2. 18.5 days, folks. Australia, it's 14 days. What China produces compared to what Australia produces in a year. So like we could literally, they could erase us off the face of the earth and Canadians, and it would make no difference on the CO2 in the world because China is pumping out so much. Compared to the US, it was like 143 days for China compared to the US. Like, it's nuts how much they're producing. There is some physical silver. TD Precious Metals, their store, they still are offering it, but it's about a 4-week delivery here in Canada. And Border Gold still they're off, but it's a 4-week delivery for bullion. But I'm telling you, folks, buy physical silver. I'm telling you. And Theta token, THETA. I can't stress enough. Can't stress enough. You're going to regret not doing that one. Life-changing opportunity with what's coming. Bad stuff's coming, folks. But it all ends. The freedom. We get our freedom back. Well, sort of semi-freedom in July. And I'm going to stick to that. My predictions so far keep, because I'll give you some reasons why. Okay, so last year I told you about the Qantas airline CEO, Alan Joyce. He was in an interview when they had removed all the international flights off of their website for up until March. And he was doing an interview, and he sort of opined during the interview that, he felt it was going to be July, even though they removed all the flights up to March. And I thought, that's a big red flag. So, July was always the plan. Then there's the Rockefeller Lockstep program, which is 18 months from start to finish. So January it starts, July it ends. Then you start looking at all the other companies, Google and Facebook and Twitter, telling their employees that they're going to work from home until June of 2021, that was really strange. And then now there's the top epidemiologist from the Johns Hopkins University just came out and said that herd immunity was going to be achieved in North America by April. Okay? So, and the cases are dropping down because they reduced the cycling rate on the testing. So we've gone from 40 cycle rate to 25, and the cases are dropping way off. Okay? It's crazy. But it's July, because they need us to get back to work. Theta tokens right now are like 3 something. That's what Theta is. Let me just take a look here on the old Internet of Things. What is Theta going for right now? But it's going to be big. Theta is going to be big, folks. It's the future of the internet. What is Theta right now? $3.22. $3.22. I wish I knew about Theta last year. And I read about it, and I don't know. I didn't know anything about it. It was 8 cents. Oh man, I kicked myself. My life story. All these great opportunities you let slip by you. Sort of like when I discovered Bitcoin at $1 and watched it go right by me to 20,000. Did nothing about it. But physical silver and some cryptos, folks. But July. Because all this money that we're going to have out there, that the governments have created, this currency, is going to start getting spent in a big way. Binance. Binance.com. But if you're in the States, it's a little trickier. You got to buy Bitcoin and go to Uniswap, I think it is. Uniswap.io, and do a swap for coins, because you can't buy Theta in the US yet. But that's going to change. They're speculating in April Coinbase is going to have it, but unfortunately when it comes available on Coinbase, it's going to be $30 a coin. A token. It's not a coin, it's a token. Because it's not a cryptocurrency. You're actually buying shares in the new internet. Now, because it's all about broadband sharing, it's about cloud computing, it's about smart contracts. It's huge. Like I said, I discovered it last year and did nothing. I kicked myself, folks. Kicked myself on that one. No, we got a person from Kumina. Angel. I lived there and thought it was strong. I saw yesterday a video on high school. Are you in Kumina right now? Yeah. They broke out saying Kumina. Business on the cloud. Actually, Barry, The theta is you get to share. You're going to share. You'll be able to do cloud computing. So it'll help like YouTube process videos, Netflix, content delivery, decentralized live streaming. They've gone. The last time I checked, what was it? I'll tell you right now what they're up to in nodes. Because when I first discovered it, it was like 1,000 nodes in the world, and I think something tells me it's like what 24,000 nodes now. It's pretty crazy. How many nodes do they have? She's loading. My internet's really slow, folks. I'm having internet problems. Okay, for some reason. They got 14,364 nodes in the world, and they had like about 1,000 last year. And they've got some big players. Google is a partner in this. I'll post the link here for you. This is the company. They got some big plans, folks. Big, big plans. Yeah. They hit 3,000. It's gonna be crazy what it's gonna be worth. It is, and it's got a good consolidation base. It even with all the volatility in cryptos, it doesn't have the same volatility. There's a lot more accumulation going on. A lot more. Mr. Adams, so I'm frustrated. I'm big time frustrated. I wish I was gone. I wish I was. I wish I was. Oh man, I wish I was. I wish I was in Kumina at the beach house, having a beer on the beach. You know, that's what I wish. I cut my nose. But my house, the beach house I bought, got broken into. But it's so funny because there's nothing in there, like nothing. The house is empty, but I had put little tiny locks and doors, and I guess somebody thought there was something in there, and they busted the little tiny lock. Because Sandy sent me pictures to show me what they did, and there's nothing. There's nothing in there. Like there's absolutely nothing in there. So it's sort of funny. They broke the lock again. There's nothing. Oh. No, Barry, I'm in Canada. Doesn't the background of the video, this is not green screen. Does it look familiar? See the white outside? Venezuela doesn't have snow, Barry. No. So what else? That's nothing much. YouTube sent me a notice they're going to demonetize my channel because I'm not uploading enough now. What else? The squeeze is on, you know. The squeeze is on to get rid of everybody, you know. But I wanted to share my NoFrills story because, like I said, I've been wearing that to the store to trigger people, and I finally triggered a bunch of Karens today. Can't believe it. They were upset with what was written on. Oh my God. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe it though, actually, when they came over and they confronted me at the cash. I'm like, well, you know, like, because I'm not, like, I made a commitment to myself a year ago because I had a premonition at 3 o'clock in the morning one day to not have any confrontations, no confrontations, like don't do anything to cause a confrontation. Because it was one of those 3 o'clock in the mornings, you know, you get messages type things, and I every time I don't pay attention to them, I regret it, and so I follow that rule about confrontations. So today they confronted me, and I was like, I did nothing wrong. I was walking around with my outfit, which there's no law that says I can't be too safe. She didn't know what to say when I told her I'm just being safe. Oh my God. You have to be a retard walking around with a hazmat suit on and a face mask on, you know, like, anyways, you really would have to be. Nobody in his right mind would walk around dressed like that. I phrase that in the right mind. So, Mr. Adams, I'll be out of here by July. It's going to be all over by July, folks. My property's going to sell, and I'm going to get out of here. My visa, I'm in the process of getting a new visa. Because of COVID, there's a lot of problems getting visas right now. So, and all my documentation is in Caracas now. So, it's been there for like, oh my, how long has it been? Before I applied before Christmas. I'm trying to think. No, it wasn't before Christmas. There was the week after Christmas. I applied for my investment visa to change my visa. So, and my contact now has left Canada because Canada would refuse to renew the visas of the diplomats. So now all the diplomats have left the country. So now there's no Venezuelan diplomats. I have to deal through Mexico. But my contact's in Caracas, and I'm communicating, and he's getting my visa through Caracas. And then I have to send my passport, go back to Ottawa, pick up my passport at the embassy, and then go back, then send it to Mexico to get the visa put into it. All because Canadian government wouldn't renew the diplomatic visas for the embassy staff. You know. I don't get weird looks when I'm out. You say I get weird looks when I talk out loud when I'm in Venezuela, and actually, you know what? I get nothing but warm, fuzzy feelings, because I never been treated so good as I am down there by strangers. Because there are gringos in Venezuela, so you get treated really well. My experience, and people, they're going to rob you. No, but people look out for you because they don't want nothing to happen to you. You know. Well, I can't wait to get there. Doug has to get a pet certificate, a health certificate. So he has to get all the shots and then Andy has to do a complete, workup on him, and then Andy's got to send it away to a federal vet to get it certified. But Andy can do all the stuff for me. If worst comes to worst, folks, like I'm exploring the option of taking a ocean freighter if I can't get on a plane, because Doug's the problem on a plane because of his size. They have a weight restriction, and Doug's over the weight restriction on shipping animals. So I have a problem there. So it might be a ship. And if it's not a ship, I might end up driving to Mexico and taking a ship out of Mexico. I don't know yet. So I might even be driving through Central America and taking a ship from somewhere in Central America. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but it's going to happen. So, because once the farm sells, that's my only goal, is to get out of here. And who knows? It actually could be a good adventure. But driving Central America would be pretty crazy. So. But then again, everybody's coming up to the States. I've been going the opposite direction, so I might not have any problems. No, the support animal, they have a weight limit, Earl. I already checked into that, trust me. Because I thought I'd go to the dog and doctor and get declared crazy. That I'm emotionally I'm a Karen, okay? But then I thought that wouldn't really be good, trying to convince the Venezuelan government that I want to come to the country to invest and start a new life, and I'm mentally unstable. So, you know. What compels me to move to Venezuela? Because everybody thinks that's the worst place to go to. Do the opposite of what everybody else thinks is the right thing to do. I'm not a follow the leader kind of. My friends keep saying, "Oh, go to Costa Rica, go to Panama." No, I ain't gonna have it. I want to go where I'm unique. I like being the only gringo. The majority, the FOMA crowd, the fear of missing out. Never been a big fan of those people. No. Exactly, JT. Observe the masses and do the opposite. No. The farm's getting sold, Barry. No. The Venezuela. I'm driving myself nuts right now, folks, because my screensaver. I'll show you. This is what I look at every day. It drives me crazy. I shouldn't do it to myself, but I do it. This is my. How can I flip this around? Can I flip it around? Hang on. This is my screensaver, my background. My screensaver is actually the view of my. Every day I look at that, it drives me crazy. I have another one that's the view of from the beach house overlooking the water. I'm gonna find that. I'll get the picture. I'll show it to you. And this is what comes up when my computer shuts down, and it drives me nuts too. I'm driving myself crazy. Is what I'm doing. Hang on here. I really am. I'm making myself nuts. I really am. So this is what when I leave the room, my computer switches to this picture. That's the picture. Okay. So I believe tormenting myself, giving myself life goals. So every day, and then I open my browser for my weather, and every day I get to see what the weather is down in Venezuela, and every day that's another bad thing that I put myself through. Every day, like right now, the weather in Venezuela right now. So in Valencia, right now it's 28 degrees Celsius. Cumana is 28. Boconó is 26. Every day is the same thing. You know what the only difference down there that I've noticed, because I've been following the weather for a year solid at the locations that I own, and the only difference is if it's sunny or raining. But it's the same temperature all the time. That's the choice, sunny or raining. So, hello, Christopher Davies. How are you? So, yeah. But I'm going to make it. I am. Like I said, tomorrow I've got the realtors coming, and these realtors they deal with clients from Toronto that are looking for properties in this area. So, and there's nothing for sale in my area, like nothing, and there's absolutely nothing like my area, like my property. So, but they're even talking bidding war, because I've had phone conversations with them, and they have dropped that in our conversations about bidding wars, because they've sold some properties that have had bidding wars, because they're plugged in some way down there that when they list a property, that they average about 10,000 views on their listings, and they're plugged into some kind of network down in Toronto, and they've had bidding wars not less than 3 weeks ago. The guy sold a cottage. It wasn't even a house. It was a cottage on the side of a lake, and it was only 1 acre of land on the side of the lake, and it sold for $200,000 over asking price. And it was a guy from Toronto that just wanted it, and he just wanted to live there, and he just wanted to fish, and he wanted to work, and it had internet access that he could have. It was just the perfect for this one guy, and he paid $200 over asking. They were asking $650, and it sold for $850. So, and he said that's the kind of stuff that happens. So, and right now there is a ton of people from Toronto, but what it blows me away is they got to be some really lazy people, because the internet, my house has been on the internet, and I don't understand. They must only look at realtor sites. I don't know. Oh. A bidding war would be great, but I'd be happy just for asking price. You know, I would. I'd be just happy if it's gone and I could leave. But I will. July. It's gonna be all over in July, folks. Okay, so I'm going to go because I want to just share my crazy story about my NoFrills adventure today and touch base with everybody, let you know that I'm still alive. Doug's still alive. We're here. I did have a bit of bad luck that I didn't do any videos about, but I'll let you know I had a streak of bad luck. The week before Christmas, I was taking care of the ducks outside and I slipped and fell, okay, right outside the window here by the corner of the house on ice. And there was no snow, just a skip of snow on the ground, but I slipped and fell and I broke my right wrist and my left hand. So for the last 2 weeks of December, the whole month of January and the first part of February, I couldn't do anything. And I'm still, this is still sore. And this is sore here, but I'm much better. I'm about 95% now, but it is still sore. But that was my winter. That was my winter. So the Ducks still got to, put me through the ringer. Even though there's like 25 birds here, I paid a good price this year. So, anyways. All right, I'm going to say goodbye. And I will be doing another live stream here because now I didn't know this YouTube thing that I could lose my monetization if I didn't stay in touch with everybody. So I got to stay in touch a little better than I have been. So take care, and buy physical silver, folks. I'm telling you, and Theta token. Get yourself some Theta tokens and buy physical silver. At least buy the physical silver. Okay, I'm telling you, you'll regret not having this because they're going to print our currency into worthless land. It's going to be like the Venezuela Bolivar. Okay, and to give you an idea how bad it's gotten, in July 2019 it was 7,000 to 1, and now it's 1.7 million to 1 to a US dollar, and that's what's coming for all of us. Okay, but if you have physical bullion, it'll be the big difference in your lives. Okay? That's my financial opinion. It's not advice. It's an opinion. And that's it. So I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll talk to you later.